Today's video is all about winter makeup and also winter skin prep. As it gets colder outside, I usually change my skin prep to richer products to accommodate the weather changes. I don't know about you, but I noticed that my skin is more prone to dryness and even feeling tight, so I usually change a few things to help prevent that from happening. I've also noticed this cold girl makeup trend. While I don't necessarily want my makeup to look cold, I mean, let's face it, I'm usually freezing throughout the winter anyway, even in Southern California. The idea of it is super cute, so I wanted to create my own spin on it to make it wearable for the season. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Jeannie. I'm a pro makeup artist. I live in Los Angeles. I work with celebrities, beauty brands, and everyone in between. Like I said, there are a couple of changes that I like to make when it comes to skincare, particularly for the winter time when the seasons are a little bit more dry. With skincare, we're going to start from the very beginning, and that's with a cleanser. I'll usually switch up my cleansers, particularly in the morning, from a gel cleanser to more of a milky cleanser. I have this Kate Somerville goat milk cleanser, which I've been really loving because it's super hydrating and it doesn't feel like it's stripping my skin. I do like to wash my face in the morning because I do like to remove the skincare that I had on from the night before, particularly if I've used retinol, because as we all know, retinol and the sun do not mix. It also allows me to start with a fresh canvas in the morning to put whatever kind of skincare and makeup on top of it. An extra step that I'll probably add if I don't have it already, which, let's face it, I do have this in my routine because I love a face mist, I love an essence, I love a toner, it doesn't matter. Anything extra that I can do to pamper myself, I'm usually pretty gung-ho about. The one I'm loving at the moment, year-round and even now, is the Bigger Than Beauty Moisture Flash. It's very soothing, it feels amazing, and it does exactly what I want, which is adds hydration to the skin. Is a face mist an added step? It absolutely is. Is it necessary? No. Do I love having face mists in my routine? Yes. It just depends on how you're feeling. It depends on if you want to spend the extra money or if you want to take the extra step. It is something I've noticed has made my skin extra happy and moisturized. Ooh, press it in with your fingertips, clean fingertips. At this point, you could go in with a serum if you decide to take that step. It could be a vitamin C serum. It could be a hydrating serum. I have this one in my kit. It is a little expensive because it's from Sisley Paris. It's a hydration booster, chock full of antioxidants, hyaluronic acid. It's going to plump the skin. It's going to hydrate. If you have compromised skin, if you have chapped skin, dry skin, I highly recommend taking this step and using something like this. You don't have to use the Sisley one. Like I said, it's what's in my kit. It's what I use on my clients. Because I have it out, I'm going to use it on myself right now. One thing I do love about winter skin prep is using heavier moisturizers because I just love the way that they feel. I talked about this one in my last tutorial, I think. It's the Bioderma Hydro Bio Cream. It's great for sensitive and dry skin, but it is super balmy and emollient, and it is so hydrating. Another one that I love that's also in my kit that's at a pretty decent price point, and you can pretty much get it anywhere. I think you can get it at Target, you can get it at Whole Foods, is Weleda Skin Food. This is so hydrating. It is very thick. I do recommend to emulsify it in your fingers first and then gently rub it into the skin. My skin feels very protected when I wear it because it's very emollient and also super hydrating. Also, if you're feeling super extra, you can add in a really moisturizing eye cream. This is the Confidence in a Cream eye cream from IT Cosmetics. Very much like our moisturizers in the sense that it's very emollient, very hydrating. I've already done my brows. If you want a more in-depth brow tutorial, please let me know in the comments below and I'll definitely make that happen. We're going to start with eyes because I plan on using a little bit of shimmer, and just in case there's any fallout on my skin, I want to be able to clean it up and then continue on with the makeup. I'm just going to prep my eyelids with a little bit of concealer. This is from IT Cosmetics. This is the Bye Bye Dark Spots concealer. Just a little bit on my eyelids. You can use a finger or a brush all over the eyelid up to the brow bone. Whenever I think wintry makeup, I always think of frosty tones, right? So how do we do that in a way that looks a little understated but still makes an impact? I love these IT Cosmetics Superhero No Tug Shadow Sticks. This is the color Passionate Pearl, and it's just like a nice frosty white. And I'm just going to take this in the inner corner, just like that, all over the lid. It can be messy because you're just going to blend it out with the brush. This is really easy. I just want kind of a wash of frost. It also really opens up the eye. And then to add a nice icy pop, I'm going to take this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Ice Dream. Just a little bit on my finger. I found that these work best if you use them with your fingertips. And then just tap over the eyelid. And you can already see that gorgeous, cool frostiness. And if you want to go even farther, just take a silvery shadow. This is from Vizier. This is in my kit, which is why it's so small and on its own. And I'm just going to take a MAC 217, just any fluffy brush. I want it to be really diffused. And then just sweep that silver all along the brow bone. Lashes are curled, and we're going with the Divine Lashes Max Factor Mascara, one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. I'm going to clean up under the eyes. I'm going to take a Q-tip with some Garnier Micellar water and just gently sweep it under the eye, pick up any fallout. Even though we're talking about winter makeup, I still want the skin to look really fresh and a bit dewy, so I'm going to use the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This is in the shade Mykonos, and I'm just going to buff it into the skin. Taking my tried and true IT Cosmetics brush, you might notice that this shade is a little bit warmer than what I usually use. That's on purpose because it's such a cool toned look. I wanted to give my skin a little bit of warmth so it looks a little bit more balanced. You don't have to do this. This is just me being me. Going back in with the concealer that I used on my eyelids, the Cosmetics one. I'm just gonna, my tried and true sponge, just buffing it out. Setting the under eye with my RCMA Amethyst powder on a Cosette brush. Sweeping it gently under. I'm going to set my T-zone. Back in with the shadow stick, I'm just going to trace it all along the lower lash line. Sort of one of the requirements of this look is putting blush over your nose. Well, I want to make sure that my nose is nice and color corrected first because I don't want to add to the redness that's already there. So I'm just taking a little bit of concealer with my sponge and I'm just blending that out to just do a little bit of color correction before we actually add pink on top of it, which I know seems counterproductive, but trust me, it will work. And I realize since I'm using a powder blush, I'm going to go back in with the RCMA powder and just go over the areas that I will be placing the blush. Because as we know, if you put a powder on top of a cream, it will stick and it won't blend. I want the blush to blend seamlessly onto the skin. So thinking of the cold girl makeup going into blush, I want to use a cool toned blush, and I couldn't think of anything more perfect than the Dior Rosy Glow. It's just this gorgeous cool toned pink, and you can layer it. It's very, very sheer, but if you keep building on top of it, it looks really natural and it just sort of brings a flush to the skin. I'm using my Delium 968 brush. I like to think of it as almost like a cat's paw that hugs the cheek. Just gonna load up the brush and just tap it on all over the cheek. Bringing it high. And then we'll take a little bit more and just dust the top of the nose. Almost like where I would place bronzer, but it's blush instead. I know it looks crazy, don't panic. Take your beauty blender and just soften any hard lines. I'm going to take the Triple Threat Stick by Thrive Cosmetics. It's this beautiful like rosy shimmer. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand like this. And then I'm going to mix the Tower 28 highlighter. It's called No Shade. It's just a cream highlighter. Just going to scoop a little bit of it out and then mix it with the cream blush just to make it super shiny. And then take the back of my beauty blender. Tap onto the high points of my cheeks for a little extra color and glow. For lips, we're going to keep it really easy. I just reached for this. This is the Sisley Fetal Lip Twist in number 19. Any pinky nude will do. And I'm just going to run it right in the middle of the lips and just pat it out. And then take any lip balm. This is from Alpenbeauty. Just tap it on top. Okay, you could stop here and it would look really beautiful, but I'm going to add one extra step because I feel like it'll add a really fun element to the makeup look. I'm going to add some freckles. So I'm using the Freck Noir and the Freck XL. One of them is cool toned, one of them is warm toned. I like to mix the two because I feel like it makes it look a little bit more natural when I do them. So just taking the Freck XL and grab your beauty blender because you're going to need it. And just add a couple of dots. Let them dry for just a second. And then taking your blender and just tapping. Helps to really soften them. I like to work in stages. And then I alternate between the warm and the cool pens until I get what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm all bundled up and ready for winter. This is my version of the cold girl makeup. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you were able to take something away from the tips that I told you, especially about skincare. I know that this is a trend and it seems a little silly, but I thought it was really fun and it's definitely very wearable and I feel really cute. And I think that's really the point of makeup, right? If you don't feel cute when you wear makeup, then why are you wearing it? It should make you feel something. Even if it doesn't make you feel cute, it should make you feel good and it should make you feel confident. And that's how I feel. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, or let me know if you have any other ideas of things you want to see, tutorials you want to see, questions you need answered. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week.